Think we're ready to call the meeting to order.
Good evening.
Hopefully everyone had a chance to review the agenda. Can you please bring the agenda up? If you could make it a little bigger, that would be helpful. Why can't I? Full screen.
We're trying to make it larger. One moment.
Okay. So let's start with Ward 1, Commissioner Salsick.
Ward 1, Salsick, present.
Commissioner
Ward-
Salsick, are you there?
Can you hear me? Hello?
And just so everybody knows, it's our work session.
I can hear you.
Today is February 3rd, 2026.
Can
We'll
you hear
move on to, can you guys hear me? Maybe that's the issue.
I can hear you. Can you hear
Yes,
me?
I hear you.
I can hear you.
Can you hear me? Yes or no?
Yes.
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 Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yes, I hear you.
We hear you. I don't think you hear us.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes, I hear you.
We hear
Okay.
you.
Okay, because nobody was saying anything. All righty. So again, it's February 3rd, 2026. It's our town work session. I'm calling the meeting to order. 6:31 now. We'll start with roll call, starting with Ward 1, Commissioner Salsick.
Ward 1, Commissioner Salsick, present.
Thank you. Ward 2,
Ward
Commissioner
2.
Henderson.
Ward 2, Henderson present.
Thanks. Ward 3, Wheatley present.
Ward 4, Givens present.
Thank you. Is Commissioner Brooks with us or no?
He has not joined as of yet, it looks like.
Okay, well, we have 4, so we have a quorum. We can keep going. Can you please bring the agenda back up, please? Thank you. All righty, so everybody had a chance to look at the agenda. Everybody's good?
Yes.
Yes.
This is Brooks, yes.
Yes.
Okay, Commissioner Brooks has joined us. So we have all 5 commissioners. I believe, Mr. Holtzen, you want to table number 4?
That
the
is
budget
correct.
Discussion?
That's right. We have not had a chance to prepare the budget for you all as we were dealing with a lot of snow issues this past week. The plan was we'll have that for you at the next meeting, the regular town meeting on the 11th.
Okay, is everybody good with that?
Brooks, yes, I'm good with it.
Okay.
Henderson is okay. It's okay with me.
Okay. Givens, Salsick, you're okay?
Yes,
You're in
I'm
agreement?
Yes.
All right. Okay, so we'll table number 4. So next up is public comments. Do we have anyone from the public who wishes to speak at this time? If you do, please raise your hand or put something in the chat. You have 3 minutes. If you could announce your name and address or organization that you are with, it would be greatly appreciated. How come? I don't see any public attendees.
I don't either.
All right, well, for the time being, we'll keep moving. If someone joins, we'll open the floor. Can you please bring the agenda back up? Thank you. All right, so next up is the ordinance 2026-01. This is this, what is that, scoffle fee?
Yes, the scofflaw fee. So let me I'll take it. It's the ordinance 2026-01, the scofflaw flea, and to authorize the booting, towing, and vehicles for unpaid municipal violations. As you know, we have discussed this several times in our work sessions as well as regular town meeting. This item will be up for a vote at the next meeting on the 11th. I do want to point out that the fair summary has been sent over to the PG Post newspaper. It will be printed in the February 5th edition, which is this coming Thursday. So the fair summary is there. And so I'm going to once again read it into the record. We want to finalize to make sure if you have any additional questions. Mr. O'Connor is on line tonight if you have any additional questions before this goes to vote. So let me read it into the record one more time. Cottage City Commission, Town of Cottage City, ordinance number 2026-01, introduced by the Cottage City Commission. An ordinance of the Cottage City Commission amending Chapter 9 of the Town Code to enhance enforcement mechanisms for unpaid municipal traffic, i.e. automated speed and red light systems, and parking violations, including booting, towing, and impoundment for repeat violators, along with new municipal infraction authorized for violators, i.e. scofflaws, who commit multiple unpaid violations and generally related to vehicles and traffic safety. So as I stated, this will be up for a vote next Wednesday. If you have questions tonight, hopefully we can iron them out.
All right, we'll start with Ward 1, Commissioner Salsick. Any questions or comments?
No questions from me.
Thank you. Ward 2,
Yes,
Ben?
I have one question on number 22, speed monitoring system fines. I think it should list at least because we talked about it, list the miles per fee. Make a footnote on it anyway. Because I remember we said something like $40 per mile over the speed limit or something like that.
Okay. So you want to basically, during the number 22 speed monitoring system fines, you wanted us to spell out the fines that they are. Got it.
Yeah, or some type of footnote on it. Yeah.
Okay, that's easy. We can do that.
Thank you. I'll yield back.
Thank you. I don't have any questions or comments. Commissioner Givens?
No questions. No
Okay.
questions.
All right, thank you. Commissioner Brooks?
No questions, no comments. Thank you.
What is going on? What is this?
Great. Thank you, John, for being here tonight. The next item on the agenda is the Town of Cottage City Snow and Ice Emergency Plan, declaration of a snow emergency. Given our past storm, Winter Storm Fern, and based on the, what do they call it? A declaration of a snow emergency. I think it's important that the Town of Cottage City sort of look at putting an ordinance together where we would be allowed to create a snow emergency plan or have a plan so that our residents know what the plan is and how we would follow it. So tonight I propose what I put into the packet is an item that I hope you've had a chance to look over. The idea is that we have this discussion tonight. We would take your thoughts and we would then take that, put it into an ordinance, and then from the ordinance, we would then move it forward to get it voted upon. So that's what we're here tonight to do, is to discuss your thoughts on the plan as to how you think we should go. And then also, I did include it also is our Snow Angel program. As we did not get a great amount of volunteers this snowstorm, we do think it's essential that we do put some parameters on our Snow Angel program. And so I went ahead and I drafted some parameters on our Snow Angel program, moving it forward. So one thing that I think is important, that we will only shovel a sidewalk adjacent to a residence and one clear safe path from the sidewalk to the main entrance of the home. We will not do driveways, parking areas, steps beyond the primary access path, or areas deemed unsafe due to ice conditions. So I hope you had a chance to read them, and hopefully we can have some discussion regarding this.
I'm trying to find the ordinance in my email.
There is no ordinance. We're going to create an ordinance.
Well, whatever this document is in front of us, I don't have it.
It's in your packet. I emailed the packet to you.
Today?
No, it was emailed yesterday.
Okay, let me check, because what I got
Can you
today
just
was
give us a brief?
slides.
Can you just give us a brief
Yeah, I
verbal
sure
brief
will. So
synopsis?
let me just run through it real quick. It's very simple. It says the purpose. The purpose of the snow and ice emergency plan is to protect public safety and allow town of Cottage City to effectively clear snow and ice from town-maintained streets, sidewalks, and public areas during severe winter weather events. The authority. This plan shall be implemented under the authority of the town of Cottage City. A snow and/or ice emergency may be declared by the commission chair or vice chair when weather conditions warrant special measures to ensure public safety and effective snow removal. Number 3, declaration of a snow and/or ice emergency. Upon declaration of a snow or ice emergency, the commission chair or vice chair may impose temporary restrictions on on-street parking and other activities as necessary. The declaration shall remain in effect until officially lifted by the town. Parking restrictions during a snow emergency. On-street parking restrictions. During a declared snow emergency, on-street parking may be restricted on all town-maintained streets where parking is normally permitted on both sides. Parking shall be permitted only in driveways and or on the even numbered side of the street during the initial phase of snow removal. Alternating side parking. Vehicles shall remain parked on the even numbered side of the street until the next calendar day following the clearing of snow and ice from the odd number side. Once the odd number side has been cleared, all vehicles must be moved to the even number side to allow clearing of the even number side. Driveways and sidewalk accommodation. During the snow emergency, vehicles parked in driveways may temporarily block sidewalks to accommodate the maximum number of vehicles. All sidewalks must be cleared of vehicles within 24 hours following the cessation of snowfall and the completion of snow removal on both sides of the street. Parking prohibitions, except for sidewalk areas with driveways as noted above. Nothing in this plan permits parking in areas where parking is otherwise prohibited. Enforcement. Any vehicle parked in violation of this plan may be issued a citation and or towed and impounded by the Town of Cottage City Police Department. Any person issued a citation for violation of this plan shall be subject to a fine $250. Public notification. Implementation of a snow, ice, or other emergency situation required parking restrictions shall be publicized prior to enforcement through the town's website, official town social media accounts, constant contact notifications. Public assistance and inquiries. For questions, concerns, or additional information during a snow and or ice emergency, residents should contact the town of Cottage City at the phone number. I did also want to point out that they, in town of Poolsville, they also have a snow and ice emergency plan that they have, and I'll read their plan. It's very quick. It just says the commissioners of Poolsville are hereby authorized from time to time to designate by resolution important streets in the town as snow emergency routes, which shall be marked by snow emergency route signs. Upon the declaration of a snow emergency by the town manager, by press release and such other public notice, the following traffic and parking regulations shall be in effect and shall continue in effect until the end of the emergency as determined by the town manager. Such emergency may exist by reason of imminent or actual snow or ice conditions. During the periods of snow accumulation, the town manager is authorized to order that owners and or operators of automobiles park or not park in certain places for reasons of public safety or to facilitate snow removal. The town manager may also order such restrictions on movements on automobiles as he deems necessary or helpful for reasons of public safety or to facilitate snow removal. He shall give such notice, if any, to such owners and or operators as is reasonable under the circumstances. And the last piece is any unattended parked vehicle in violation of the provisions of this section and or snow emergency route in violation of this section may be impounded or removed by town or its designee at all costs. Towing, storage, and impounding shall be charged to the owner of the vehicle. All such changes, including any fines or penalties, shall be paid to the town or its designee before the owner may reclaim the vehicle. Those are the plans.
Okay. Ward 1, Salsic, any questions or comments?
Yeah, so my one question would be with regards to the parking situation, specifically on Cottage Terrace, because a lot of people don't have uh, driveways, and there is only like one side of the road that you can park on typically. So how would that be handled? That would just be not restricted, or what would we do in that situation?
I think there are certain areas of our town that we're not going to be able to restrict, as we know, because there are areas that there are only one side of the street you can park on. Otherwise, it's going to become a problem. So we need to look at that. And I do think if we create these snow emergency routes like in Poolsville, I think that would be helpful for us to implement a plan of some sort. The main thing is trying to figure out how do we get our streets plowed. And when I came here on Saturday night before the snowstorm came, I noticed cars were parked everywhere. I mean, it was like there were a multitude of cars that on these town streets. And the big concern is seeing all the different cars that were here. How do we get these streets plowed? And now we've run into a situation where, as you see, we have snow remnants from areas because people were parked all over the town. So that's sort of, I think we need to discuss that further, but I do think there will be some areas that we're not going to be able to implement this.
Okay, thank you. I agree with you. I think that we need to have something in place and more of a plan than what we had. I just wanted to clarify on that, but I don't have any other questions.
Thank you. Commissioner Henderson, any questions or comments?
Yes, I have down at the senior participation. I think they should define uh, what is a senior. Um, maybe an age or some limit, and then also there should be added for the disabled down there too. Assisting provided, down at the bottom of, let's see, it's page 16, I guess it is. And it says assistance is provided only to seniors who are signed up with the town. But I don't see disabled, nor is it what qualifies you as a senior.
That's a great
yield back.
observation. We definitely can do that.
I yield back. That's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Henderson. Okay, so for me, my comment is going to be on page 4, number 3, under the driveway and sidewalk accommodation. The first bullet says that vehicles parked in driveways may temporarily block sidewalks to accommodate the maximum number of vehicles. I know in some other municipalities, they also allow the residents to park on the grass. So that may be something you want to consider putting in
Okay.
here. We can discuss it, but just giving people more options. And that may also assist when, you have the plowing of the streets versus the odd or the even side. That would help people to clear their cars out of the way. They could just park on the grass temporarily, until the snowstorm is over or something like that.
That's a great idea.
I agree with Commissioner Henderson in regards to the definition of a senior, because we do have people who may not be of a official senior age, but they still may need assistance due to a disability or handicap or some other reason. A medical condition. I think we need to definitely adjust that one section to make it more inclusive and to define, like Commissioner Henderson said, define what is a senior. What age are you going to start that determination for an individual? And I'm sorry, I was just getting the slides. I know you said you emailed them yesterday, but this is my first time going through this one. So, and last night I definitely didn't have time to do it. Yeah, those are all my questions for right now. I'll yield. Commissioner Givens.
Yeah, so my question is, because we want maximum participation, would it be um good of us to create some type of signage? I'm not sure, or not. You know what I'm saying? Because I can imagine. I think it's a great. I think we tried this to do this a long time ago. It was never enacted. It was never put together. So I can appreciate the fact that at this juncture, we're getting it done. So and so, which is definitely necessary to be able to get the streets cleared because as you know, people start complaining when they don't have parking even after the snowstorm. But this way, it's efficient. It gets everything out of the way, and so I think that'll be a great addition. But I would just be more so to get maximum participation is, and I don't know if it's cost effective to do the signage, but it's something. If anybody else can think of an idea, I think it's a good idea. Um, but in regards to the senior thing, the Snow Angel program, that's something we kind of created last year as a good faith thing. And I think it's good. It's a good program, based on volunteers. But, when you don't have the volunteers, it seems like it's falling back on the staff. And that's, I don't, I believe, my personal belief, is that the town public works should be committed to getting the streets clean and cleared and opened up, and that's what we pay them for. It's the volunteer thing is a great thing, and we should be able to do that once we kind of get everything else caught up, because if we focus all of our public works attention on that, then we don't focus on the main goal. If the commission wants to fund a program to pay volunteers or pay other personnel to do the Snow Angel thing when we don't have volunteers, I could be up for that. But I would advocate that we need to not pull our paid staff resources to deal with a volunteer program, and and they should just focus on their main goal as to getting everything done for the town, their responsibilities, and then after that. But other than that, I can I'm open to hearing more about trying to make sure that we get the maximum cooperation. So I yield back. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Brooks.
Yeah, I had a couple comments starting off with authority. I think snowstorms aren't usually an overnight thing. I think the authority should lie in the commission as a body. Second, I'm weary about the on-street parking, and this is the reason why, because most of our homes in this town are multi-generation. I mean, a lot of them have 4 to 5 cars per household. And I understand, and that was some of the complaints this time around was the snow between the cars, the plows pushing over to the side. I just don't know how we're going to solve that one because a lot of houses also don't have parking lots, and we can't even say, hey, all cars go on the even side, which I think this document says, because there's not space on one side. Both sides are constantly filled. Bunker Hill, Cottage Terrace, they're both filled with cars all times, all of the day. I mean, nighttime, it's absolutely packed. So I don't know how we're going to resolve that one. And I know you said in the document also that we could, hey, pull and do, extra cars into a driveway, block sidewalks. But even still, a lot of these houses with 4 to 5 cars in the household don't have a driveway. And so I think that kind of brings up an issue. I do, again, like the idea of this snow emergency plan, but I think we might have to kind of look at that one a bit more. And I think one way, I don't know if it's possible, is maybe even work with the county. They have a huge parking lot with the towers. Maybe we could look at possibly finding parking there. I don't know about that one, but just throwing it out there. And then the second one was with the Snow Angel program. I agree. We created this last year. It was a very different snowstorm last year. And I think it grew tremendously this year. But even still, and thank you, Ben and Danielle and Julia for, participating, but we still don't have, the kind of volunteer base. And I too don't want it to fall back on Public Works or the town. Um, but yeah, we can't have one or two volunteers doing 20 houses. It's just not sustainable if we get another snowstorm this time again this year. So I kind of think we shouldn't put anything out on the Snow Angel program yet. Maybe try to think it through, but I also don't want some of what we got this year was expectations of, hey, you got to do my driveway, but we were dealing with a completely different type of storm. It was ice. It was hard to get through one property, yet alone 20 some properties. And so I don't know. I think kind of think when we put it out there, it starts to become expected. And I think it's a very great program. It's one Commissioner Gibbons advocated for. I advocated for it. I think we both worked our asses off for it, but at the same time, this year it changed perspective a little bit when the ice was added into it, and it became very difficult to push through it as to whether we should really kind of, market it with the procedures and things like that. Because I think right away we realized, hey, we can't do driveways right now. We might have to come back and look at volunteers later for them, but for right now, sidewalks get a path to their door. So, that's the only comments I had. Thank you.
Thank you. So I'm going to circle back around to Commissioner Givens' comment when you asked if anybody had any ideas. So I did talk to a council member in Hyattsville. They, just like us, didn't have a snow emergency route plan either. They are doing some things similar to what's in this plan before us, like the parking on the odd side to allow the snowplow to plow one side of the street, and then have the cars move to the even side and allow the plow to plow the other side. So I think we need to, like you said, look at that a little bit more. Something else they're doing. Oh, one thing that they said was that in a situation when we know in advance that the snowstorm is coming and it's going to be significant amount of snow, in addition to us putting up signage like saying this is a snow emergency route, because we all know sometimes people don't read those signs, they're going to also put out a notice. I don't know if they're going to do a paper notice or electronic notice to remind people that, hey, we have this big storm coming up. We expect a high accumulation of snow. We ask that you cooperate, and follow the emergency route advice or guidance, whatever you want to call it. So that's something we can think about. So I know you read something, Mr. Holson, you said Poolsville, I believe you read some of their verbiage from their emergency plan or snow
Yeah.
emergency route.
Mhm.
So we can look at other municipalities that are more closer to us and see what they're doing, because that's what I was doing. I was calling around the other municipalities to ask them, hey, what's your experience? How are you handling this? What are your residents
Right.
saying? So I think you need to maybe reach out to some of our sister towns that are a little
Oh,
more
yeah.
closer.
And I also, Mr. O'Connor has Forest Heights. He's got the snow plan that they have, as well as an ordinance that they've already created. So he's going to provide that to me so I can look that over.
I appreciate that, Mr. O'Connor. I actually was not finished speaking, but thank you. I appreciate that. I'm going to yield now because I see someone has their hand raised. And let's see, who is that? Commissioner Givens, you have your hand raised, and then do we have an attendee? And we have looks like a public comment from Laura. So Commissioner Givens, I'll let you go first, and then we'll hear from Laura.
So John makes a very valid Brooks makes a valid point, and but so perhaps what we should consider is identifying um a couple of the streets, like the main thoroughfares through the town are Parkwood and Cottage Terrace. Cottage Terrace Bunker, Bunker Hill kind of turns into Bunker Hill, right? Perhaps we should consider that as our snow emergency, and then have a plan, and then try to get people to still park on it, even if possible, and not, you know, and not maybe enforce that, because yeah, you're right. Well, what do they do? But I think, and then once we get those streets cleared, then everyone can move to those snow emergency routes after the snow emergency is over and park their vehicles there, and then we can clean up the rest of the streets, because this is something that you know um I've been out there on the plow, and as well as with the plow, to try to get people to move their vehicles so that we can open up parking, but we try to be more efficient. So yeah, yeah, I do think it's a tough task, and especially when you go down our street, and um even a couple of more streets, that it may be difficult to successfully do that because of the number of cars. But I still think if more people parked on the even side than the odd side, then would be, you would have more available parking, cleared up. You know what I'm saying? So that when it does become the following day, they can move over. So, but yeah, I think it's valid what Brooks is saying, but I do think we should have at least maybe identify Parkwood and that Cottage Terrace, Bunker Hill. I yield back. Oh, and the other thing was to encourage people, perhaps, to give them the opportunity to park up at the town hall. But I don't know if that makes any sense either right now, during the snow, because we still have to clean that lot as well. So we want to make sure that our public works has the availability to go in and out freely. So we don't want anybody's car to get damaged. So I yield back. Thank you.
All right, thanks. Laura, can you unmute her or allow her to speak?
Hi there, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. How are you?
Fantastic. Thank you. I'm so glad that you're talking about this, and I definitely agree that a plan needs to be put into place. And also that this snowstorm that we just experienced was more of the exception than the rule. But I just wanted to share my lived experience because, oftentimes, if things in theory sound great, but then in practice just aren't feasible. So I live on Parkwood. I live on the even side of the street. I do not have a driveway. I should have parked in the grass, but I didn't because I was trying to follow the rules. Anyway, all of that to say, being parked on the even side of the street meant that the snowplow pushed literally all of the snow. And I'm not complaining about the plow. All of the snow got pushed onto my side of the street. And it quite literally took me 4 solid days of work, like 2 hours a day, trying to unearth my car because it was practically buried. So again, like I love having a plan in place, but then expecting people to be able to move their car the day after is not always practical. So just wanted to share that from my experience this past week. But thank you so much for talking through this and putting together a plan.
Thank you for your comment. Much appreciated. Anyone else have their hand raised? I don't see any commissioners with their hand raised. I don't see any public participants other than when Laura asked her question. Yeah, I think we do need to think this through some more. Definitely need to figure something out when we have these kind of snow emergencies. One thing that I wanted to ask about, which I don't know if it's addressed in this document, I know it's something about moving the car in 24 hours or clearing the sidewalk within 24 hours. When it's a storm like this, I think there should be like an exception to that rule. I don't think 24 hours may be enough time to allow someone to do that. Also, I think people are concerned that if they don't, like Laura just said, she was trying to follow the rules, but if they don't follow the rules, will they get a citation? Will they get a violation from code or something like that? I think during these kind of situations, people shouldn't have to worry about that. Like they shouldn't have to worry about, am I going to be in violation if I don't do this in 24 hours? I think we need to be a little more understanding or lenient when it comes to this type of storm, because this was an unprecedented storm. And it's just like you said, it took you 4 days. So that's just my comment. Something to consider. If we don't have any more comments on this particular item, I say we can move to the next one, which is number 3 with the business license renewal. I guess Mr. Holson, you'll take that one.
Yes. So Elizabeth has been diligently working on getting our business licenses caught up. And so we have noticed that we sort of need some sort of mechanism for enforcement to make sure that our town businesses are getting their business licenses renewed in a timely manner. And so she has put together the following documents that were included in the packet. There's a 60-day notice, and there will be an email notification as well as a mail notification. And then she's also done a 30-day notification that will be as well emailed and by mail to make sure that our town businesses are coming into compliance. Because we have noticed that unfortunately a lot of our businesses decide to be lax about it, and we really want to make sure that our town businesses are following the rules, making sure that they get into compliance, and are also providing revenue to the town. So they were included in the packet. Hopefully you had a chance to look at them. I know some of you have not, but I do want to have them here. So hopefully you are agreeable with them and we can go ahead and use them for the future.
I'm sorry, guys, I had put myself on mute. We'll go to Ward 1, Commissioner Salsick. Any discussion?
No, all of this looks good. John, did you say that Elizabeth has been able to speak in person to all of the businesses, or are there still businesses that we haven't like spoke to so far?
There are still businesses we have not gotten to, but we are working diligently to get them. And that is what we're doing. We're building a comprehensive database of our businesses. And we're tackling this as we go, but we really are trying to get this cleaned up and make sure that all the businesses are identified and making sure that they're getting into compliance with the town requirements.
Okay. And so then after you've spoken to everyone like in person, then you're going to send these notices out.
That is correct, especially to the ones that we've already identified. We want to make sure that prior to them getting their renewal, that they get this notification.
Okay. Thank you. That's all for me.
Yep. For Henderson?
I'm sorry, I keep putting myself on mute. Yes, Mr. Henderson, you have the floor.
Okay, I would just say, John, where it says action required, you could just take out where it says you must apply for. You could just take out you must apply. You could just say you must renew your business license.
It says on the notice, you must apply for or renew your business license within 60 days of the date of this notice.
Yeah, renewal. Take out the renewal. No. Put in renewal. Right down there where it says action required. It says you must apply for. You could take out you must apply for and just leave in renew your business license within 60 days. You got what I'm saying? John?
Yes, I've got it. Thank you.
Anything else, Commissioner Henderson?
also where you have, you are required to apply for or renew your business license, you could really just take out the renew part, just say you are required to apply for your business license within 60 days.
So these are for people who are either applying for a business license or renewing a business license. This serves for both purposes.
The letter serves as 60-day official notice. Okay, I understand. I yield back.
Thank you. I have no comments. Commissioner Gibbons?
Yeah, just John, when do they have to have their business license renewed by? Do you know
By
the
July
month?
1, start of the
Oh,
fiscal year.
okay, by July 1. So
That's right.
what some I've seen, and they do this in various industries as well. So perhaps, and when do you guys send the notice out? January? I don't know. I'm asking you.
It's
This is a
60
question I'm
days
asking.
prior to their terminate or the expiration date of their business license.
Okay, so some things that what happens is I've seen people do this and where they say just as an opportunity to get the money in early. To say if you pay your business license by January or February 1st, let's just say, then you'll get $25 off. And so it encourages some people to just go ahead and get it out of the way before. And it's just an idea to just try to get people to get it knocked out. But yeah, I assumed as because this is not like the first time we've had these business license. I thought they already had the database. They go through this exercise every year. But I appreciate the fact that you're actually going to do some type of SOP, which is probably needed. Because we keep going through this practice, and that's an administrative function in which the commission, like, we want the people to what's the name, but it's really admin's responsibility to get it done. And we always assume that these are things that they're getting taken care of. So I do appreciate the fact you're bringing it to us and creating an SOP so it'll be solidified for future administrations going forward. So thank you.
Commissioner Brooks?
No, I think it's great. You guys are kind of tackling this one head on. Yeah, no other comments. Thank you.
All right. Let's see, any comments from the public? Okay, there's one comment from Diana. Are these letters also available in Spanish for Spanish-speaking business owners? The response from the town manager was yes. These will be provided in Spanish for those business owners. Okay. I don't see any other comments or hands raised. So, did you need to tell us anything else, Mr. Holton, or you got enough information?
I just want to say that when I got on board or when I came in, I noticed the records for business licenses were very shoddy at best. So obviously, whoever was in the position, things were not done. And so that's why we are going around to make sure that we have a current directory of our businesses, making sure that we're getting this into compliance. So that is why Elizabeth is taking the initiative to really work hard to get this together for us. So I applaud her for taking it on, and we'll be presenting more information as we continue.
All right, thank you. So since we tabled number 4, we're at the end of our agenda.
So I have 2 updates tonight. I did want to say the reason why the agenda was light tonight is because, of course, next Wednesday, February the 11th, is the swearing in of our new chief of police. Chief Martini does start tomorrow morning. We're excited to have him on board, and we encourage all residents to come out and join us for the swearing-in ceremony at 7 p.m. next Wednesday. And so the invitation is on the screen, and we encourage everyone to come out and to greet our new chief of police and get to know him.
You said you had 2 items.
Oh, next, I did want to also say that the town of Cottage City is celebrating Black History Month all month long. And we would like to invite everyone to come to the Black History event that's being hosted at the town hall on February the 21st. It's a Saturday from 2 to 4. Transportation is provided for seniors or people who need transportation to get up here. But we really are excited about it. David Lee Wellington is our guest speaker, and we're currently working on the entertainment, but we did want to make sure we extend an invitation to all of you and to let you know that all month long is our Black History Month celebration. So thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. And speaking of Black History Month,
Don't do that.
excuse me? Were you saying something, Mr. Holson?
No, you're good. Thank you.
Okay. We did secure entertainment. So we'll be updating the flyer.
That's correct.
Yeah, and I can give you the information, or you can get it from Commissioner Henderson.
Yes,
Yeah, so we can update the flyer before we send it out. Let's see. Are there any public comments? I don't see anyone's hand raised. Do any of the commissioners have anything they want to say at this time before we adjourn? If not, we can adjourn at 7:17.
Commissioner Givens.
Yes, sir.
I want to thank John and everyone for. I wasn't here during the snowstorm, as everyone knows, and so everybody was really pleased with the fact that they were able to get their cars through the town, and I appreciate. I really do appreciate that. But one thing that I do, I take a little angst at is that John was out there and shoveling snow along with Joe, who's has some type of physical, what's the name, as I understand it, as well as Elizabeth. I'm not, as well as John Brooks. The town. This is a town. This is not someone's mom and pop organization. This is not the candy store down the street. We're a government, and we have to accept some responsibility in ensuring that we hire. And this is why I'm an advocate. I've continued to fight and advocate for assistance to our public works department to assist him because he cannot do it by himself. And that's why John jumped in and the others jumped in. And I appreciate that. But at the same time, if that continues, then that never breaks the cycle of the commission doing the work that they're supposed to do. Fulfill these this stuff so it gets done appropriately. So I would encourage the commission to continue to consider, especially as we move to our budget season, to be able to offer Jorge some assistance in this matter. We've done these snow things. While this was a big snow, to some people, we've done these by ourselves in Public Works, with Greg and Anthony, and they're no longer here. But we have to build Public Works to be efficient. Jorge is super efficient, as everyone knows. If you don't know, you can just see him out there working, and he's dedicated to the job, and we just need to get another personnel to be able to tackle these things. And this way we don't have to get these absorbent amount of fees, outsourcing fees, because when the bill comes, and it will come, it will not be cheap. And when you start to do the math, and I'm all about the math, so if you want to do the math with me or whatever, will come to notice that it'll be quite expensive when some of these things, and not to say that we couldn't, we may have still had to call on them to assist us, but it would have been at a far less cost to the town. And ultimately, at the end of the day, our job is to effect savings to the town and be efficient while doing so. And so I'll say that. I said that, and I will also say I want to thank John for. I've spoken to John about a plan to continue to start opening up the parking spaces and start moving the snow as we've done in the past down to the end of the roads and out onto the park areas so that we can open up the parking for the residents so that they'll get back to their normal day to day. So thank you, John, for all that you've done. And I really do appreciate it, and I hope that the commission, because I am concerned about John's safety as well as everyone else's safety. Because at the end of the day, our job is to mitigate risk. And if John were to get hurt out there, or any other admin employees to get hurt out there by slipping on the ice or whatever, well, we're kind of in a legal problem because workman's comp may not cover that because that's not a part of his job description. When we do workman's comp, we pay for workman's compensation. It's based on departments, and it costs us more for Department of Public Works as well as the police department because of the nature of their jobs. So admin is not in that nature of their job where it costs us a lot for workman's comp. So I yield back, and I just want to, I just wanted to put that out there so this gives the commission something to think about. So thank you, and you all have a good weekend.
You too, Commissioner Givens. Thank you for your comment. Anybody else want to say anything before we adjourn? It is 7:21.
Can I say one thing?
I'm sure.
I just wanted to say thank you to the residents that are online, as well as the commission, for being very patient and understanding during this snowstorm. This was an unprecedented storm. I stayed in town hall for 3 days to make sure that our response was immediate, making sure that I had eyes on the roads to make sure that things were safe for everyone. And we will continue to do that moving forward because that's the priority, is making sure that our residents are safe during snowstorms. So I just want to say thank you to everyone. We are in the process of course, putting our snow plan together. So hopefully in the future, we will have something in place so everyone is clear. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Holson. I want to just echo what Commissioner Givens said as well. Thank you for everything you did during the storm, the staff. I think our roads look pretty good. Our sidewalks look pretty good compared to other municipalities. And oh my goodness, compared to DC, I think you guys did an awesome job. I appreciate it. And yes, Commissioner, not Commissioner, I'm Mr. Holson, Town Manager, did stay up at the town hall overnight, and I was calling you like what every couple of hours or so just to see how you were doing, make sure you were okay. So I appreciate that very much, and I also appreciate everyone who helped out, including the staff and those citizens or residents who chipped in and helped out. I saw Commissioner Brooks' hand up first. And then I see Commissioner Henderson, you also want to say something? So we'll go to Brooks and then Henderson.
Yeah, I'll be really brief. Yeah, I just want to echo everyone's sentiments. And the thing, I have a photo of John actually. I set the snowblower down, and I have a photo of John pushing it down the street. But I mean, that's what we've always got from John. He's a hands-on guy. He likes to jump in and kind of, get things done. And so, John, honestly, appreciate it, and Joe and Liz and Jorge and everybody else for jumping in and getting things done. But I also want to echo what Wanda just said, that up and down every street walking through this, everyone was saying the same things. Some people were frustrated with, again, the snow coming off the plows and blocking their cars, but they all went out and just dug themselves out with hammers, picks, everything else. This was absolutely not a normal storm. It was ice filled on top of snow, but everyone jumped in. There was a resident in Cottage Terrace who told me he was actually fooled into going to work on Monday because the streets in Cottage City were so clear, and he regretted it the second he got out of Cottage City. It was a mess everywhere else. So, John, thank you for organizing. I appreciate you staying, but you guys did an awesome job. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment. Commissioner Henderson.
Yes, I just want to piggyback on everything that I mean, I've heard compliments even outside the town of how our roads were so clear, better than theirs, and how did we, I mean, how were we able to get them so clear? So I would like to just say thank you, John, and everyone who was out there working diligently to make our town such safe and clean of the snow and ice, and especially for this typical type storm with this ice. I mean, it's a blessing we have a team that work together to have it done like this. And also, I'd like to also compliment the work being done on the businesses. It's about time somebody, I mean, we get a little bit of update on that too. So I'm just proud of everything that's coming along. Everything is coming along. It makes me very proud of Cottage City, how we and with all the commissioners and everybody that's involved, that is bringing us. We're coming along, to me, slowly, but it's a lot. I mean, I can see a lot of progress, and I'd like to just thank everyone. I yield back.
Thank you, Mr. Henderson. So it is now 7:26. I don't see any other hands raised. Not even on the public side. So if someone would be kind enough to make a motion to adjourn, we can leave
Brooks, I
before
make the motion to
7:30.
adjourn at 7:26.
Thanks. Is there a second?
Givens, I
Henderson
second.
second.
I heard Commissioner Givens first, so we'll go with Brooks made the motion and Givens made the second. We'll just go around, starting with Ward 1. I just need you to say aye.
Ward 1, aye.
Ward 2, aye. Henderson.
Ward 3, Wheatley, aye.
Ward 4, Givens, aye.
At large, Brooks.
You got cut off, but I'm pretty sure you're an aye.
At large, Brooks. I.
Thank you, everyone. Please be safe. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Take care, everyone. Have a good night. Don't drive through DC.
Thank you.
Good night.